Good morning, Oliver and Kenley. How are you? I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. And this week I'm going to do the same video message for the both of you. Okay, now usually I do two separate messages, but this week, since it's New Year's week, I'm going to give you the same video lesson, okay? Now it's an easy one because I know if you're like me, you're still on Christmas break. Okay, I had all of last week off and it was so wonderful. And then I still have this week off. I still have a full week off of school and I'm so happy and I'm so relaxed and I'm taking naps every day and I'm walking my dog and playing with my kids and it's just wonderful. But we're coming up on New Year's. Okay, we're coming up on New Year's and that's a really good time to kind of reflect on 2020 and set some goals for the new year for 2021. So I'm going to open up the journal to our next section and we're going to write a New Year's journal. But I want you to listen really carefully. You don't have to write it right away. Okay, I'm going to leave it open for 2 weeks. Okay, because I want you to enjoy this time with your family also. So whenever you have a few minutes, this journal will be open for the next 2 weeks. Okay, and it's always a good idea at this time of year to kind of reflect on the old and get ready for the new. Now 2020, oh my goodness, what a year that was. Okay, we had a bunch of things going on. The biggest of all is that coronavirus. Okay, a global pandemic, okay, that affected the whole wide world, the planet Earth. Everybody on the planet has been affected by that. So when you reflect on 2020, that's going to be a large part of what you're going to write about, okay? It changed everything that we did and the way that we did everything. Schools closed, we were on lockdown, we had to stay in our homes, we were wearing masks. It was strange, it was scary. And that's never happened before. That's never happened before in my lifetime. And I'm old, you guys. I'm 49. And that's never happened in the 25 years that I've been teaching, that we've closed down schools for a pandemic. So we want to include that in our first paragraph, that 2020 was really defined. That's how people are going to remember this year, by the coronavirus. But I want you to know something, and this is what I teach my students and this is what I teach my children. Okay, even in the middle of a global pandemic, even in the middle of a horrible year, we can still grab onto something good. There's still a silver lining in there somewhere in the middle of all of the chaos and wearing masks and being in a lockdown and schools being closed and not being able to travel. We can grab onto one good thing that happened in 2020. Okay, now mine, Mrs. Walker's, is that even though it was strange and I was scared and schools were closed, I was home with my family and I had all this extra time with them that I never have. I never have all this extra time with my family. I'm always in a hurry. I'm always on the go. It's hurry, 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 quicker, rush, let's go, hurry up. So I had this whole time during the lockdown to really spend with my family. Okay, now especially my oldest son, Jonathan. He is a junior in high school. He's getting ready to be a senior next year, and then he's off to college. And I won't see him as much. So I did really cherish that time that I had with my family. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes they kind of got on my nerves a little bit. But I still enjoyed that time. I'll never have that kind of time with them ever again. So that would be my example of a silver lining, okay, for something good that came out of 2020. Now going into 2021, I can't wait, okay? I really want this virus to be done. We're gonna have that shared goal, okay? We want this virus to be over and to get back to normal, to our lives as we knew them before the virus. So that would be one of the goals that I have for 2021. But I'm just one person. I can't fix the coronavirus. If I could, I would have already done it. Okay, so I've got to set some personal goals. That's when people make those New Year's resolutions, is what they call them. Okay, so I can't fix the coronavirus, but I can work on myself. I can do some things better in this new year in 2021. I can do some things better, because even though I'm full grown, I'm not perfect. Okay, I've still got a lot of work to do. I'm Mrs. Walker. Okay, I can do a lot of things right, but that doesn't make me perfect. So I think for myself, for 2021, I want to learn to live in the moment. Okay, because I'm always in a hurry. I'm always working, always on the go. But the one thing this virus did teach me, Oliver and Kenley, is that I've got to slow down, so special moments don't pass me by. Now that's going to require patience, which is one thing Mrs. Walker doesn't have either. So I'm going to have to work on patience and being in the moment and living in the moment and not letting those special things just pass me by, because I'm in such a hurry. I'm always in the fast lane, always moving. So I want you to think about yourselves and reflect on yourselves. Now, you're awesome. Okay, Oliver, you know you're awesome. Kenley, you know you're awesome. You both know I love you guys so, so much. But I want you to take a really honest moment, just like I did, and kind of reflect on yourself. What could you do this year? What goal could you set? How could you improve on yourself, on your life? Is it something in school? Maybe math or science you need to work harder on? I don't know. Or maybe is it something like myself? Is it like patience? Is it hard to be really patient? I want you to really think and reflect, find 1 or 2 goals, okay, or resolutions, whatever you want to call them. I like to call them goals, okay, and write about that in the second paragraph, okay. And I would also, I almost forgot, I also would like to be a little bit stronger, like physically stronger. I want to have some muscles. I don't think I have a lot of muscles. And then my son, my oldest son, he has a lot of weights. He got a lot of weights for Christmas, and he's lifting weights, and he's doing a lot of exercises. So that's a goal I have. Okay, I'm very emotionally strong, spiritually strong. I'm really good in that area, but I'm not physically strong. So I want to have some muscles. So I want to have muscles in 2021, and I want to live in the moment, and I just want it to be an awesome year. So I'm going to leave the journal open for 2 weeks, and then I will have that assignment sitting there waiting for you. Okay, and then after New Year's, I've got some more lessons that I'm getting ready to send your way, because our writing, even though it's wonderful, you know I love it, we always have work to do in writing too, even Mrs. Walker. So I'm planning some really awesome lessons with some real technical, like fine-tuning kind of skills. Okay, so I want you guys to have a really, really wonderful new year. I am going to try and stay up till midnight, okay? But what usually happens, Oliver and Kenley, is that Mrs. Walker usually falls asleep on the couch. And then Mr. Walker will wake me up just a few minutes before midnight to usher in the new year. So we'll see if I can stay up till midnight. I'm sure you guys can, because you're young, okay? So you guys have a wonderful week and a wonderful new year. And I'll be talking to you really soon, okay? Bye.